In this video, we are going to show you how to add users, add user groups, set permissions, add metadata fields, manage tags, and view analytics. Only administrators can use the admin widget. First, place the admin widget on your workspace. Click Manage Users to view all users, including yourself. When you first begin, you will only see the administrators listed. Before you add users and user groups, you will need an ingest and delivery profile and SMTP settings configured in your superadmin. Please review the superadmin user group to see how to add these features. Before you add any users to the EMAM system, you must first add a user group. Click on the Manage Users Group tab. Add the name of your first group. In this example, we will add the group named Editors. Add a description and begin selecting the permissions you would like for this group of users to have. By deselecting the permission, a feature is taken away from the user assigned to this group. By default, all permission levels are active. Next, select Category tab. This is where you will assign a group of users to see one or more categories and the assets assigned to them. Next, select Asset Type tab. This option allows you to select what type of assets you want them to see. Next, select the Users tab. You will not see any users at this point, only after you add a new user. Lastly, click on the Metadata Group tab. This is where you will assign which groups of metadata you want to see for each asset. We will show you how to add a metadata field, group, and set later. Click Create, and you now have your first user group. To add a new user, click on the Manage Users tab and begin typing an email address in the upper right-hand corner of the admin interface. Hit the Tab key and complete the information through the title field. Next, add the domain. This will be the user's email address. If you have Active Directory configured, this will be filled in automatically. You will have two options for the user's role: Unit Admin and User. Unit Admin will have all access to the EMAM system and will be able to add other users and set permission levels. A user role will only have access to the EMAM system based on the permission level set in the user group settings by a unit admin. You can have the EMAM system auto-generate a password for this user or add one manually. Next, set the status of the user and set the expiration date of the user's account. Select Send a link to director and client. The new user will receive an email detailing the user's username and password, plus links to the web-based director and client user interface. Now add comments if required, and select Prompt users to change password. Next, click on the Ingest profile. Select the available ingest profile the user will use when they add media to the EMAM system. This profile is made specific to the situation the user has when adding media. Select one or more profiles, and then select one as a default. Next, click on the Delivery profile. Again, select the profile you would want available for that user to have as an option for delivering media. Next, click on the SMTP Settings. You can use the EMAM Business Unit SMTP settings configured in the superadmin or generate specific settings for this user. Select options to use the sender's display name, sender's address, and enable SSL. Next, select the Projects tab. If you have a project set up in the project widget, it will be displayed here. Select the projects you want the user to have access to in the director interface. Next, click on the Groups tab. Assign the new user to the user group you just created. This user will now inherit the permission levels you set in the Manage User Groups when they log in. Click Add and your new user is configured in the EMAM system. You can add as many users as your license will allow. Remember to add a new user group first if you need to assign a user to a group not already created. Please check with your Empress implementation team to see how you can import users from Active Directory. This will automate the user configuration settings. Now let's return to the user group settings. Click on the Manage User Groups tab and the pencil icon to view the editor's user group. Click the Users tab and you will see the new user you added and assigned to this group. Change any settings if needed and click Update. Now let's create a registration form for users to fill out. You can make this form available on a public or private site. Users will complete the form and be assigned to defaults set in the Manage Registration Form settings. Click on the Manage Registration Form tab. Add a name to your form and select the fields you want to appear in the registration form. Click the Details tab. This will set the defaults for this user. You can set title, status, expiration date, send links, notify the user, and to prompt the user to change their password upon the first login. Next, click the Ingest Profile tab. Add the ingest profiles you want this user to have access to. Next, click the Groups tab. Assign the user to a specific group upon registering them. Next, click on the Projects tab. Assign this user to a specific project created in EMAM. And lastly, add a logo and CSS file and click Upload for each. Click Create and your form is ready to be used. From the list view, the registration forms, click on the Preview page. The form will appear in a Browser tab. Add a new user and click Create My Account. In the Manage Users tab, you will see the new user added. Next, set the asset type permission. Click on the Manage Asset Types tab and then Asset Types. You will see 4 options: video, audio, images, and other files. Set the types you would like all users to see in this business unit. Now let's customize our metadata. Click on Manage Metadata. You will see 3 options: Manage Fields, Groups, and Sets. We will configure our metadata in that order. Click on Metadata Fields. You will see a list of fields that you or another admin has added to the EMAM system. Let's add a new metadata field called My Asset Name. There are 8 types of fields to add. They range from text, list, date, multi-select, and button. The button field is a way to trigger an action script, like launch a third-party application with this asset. We will use the text in this example. Next, select the maximum number of characters you want this field to be. Add a default value and set if the field is required before you add media to your EMAM system. Click View and the asset type you would like this field to be added to. Add a description and click Add. You have now added your first metadata field. Add as many fields as needed. Next, we will assign metadata fields to a group. The group of metadata fields can be assigned to a user group for limited viewing for information about this asset. Click on the Metadata Group tab. Add a metadata group name. In this case, we'll add First Metadata Group and add a description. Next, select the permission levels for this group. This is the global setting for any user group allowed to view this metadata group. Now begin selecting the metadata fields you want to assign to this group. In the list, you will find the My Asset Name field. Click on that field and then the left arrow, and you have now added your first metadata field to your new group. Add as many as you would like in the order in which you would like it to appear in the metadata widget in the director interface. Once you are done adding fields, click Add. You have now added your first metadata group. Now we will need to add the metadata group to a set. Click the Metadata Set tab. A set can be assigned to an asset, project, or category, helping you organize your media and projects in a more defined manner. Let's create an asset set of metadata in this example. Add the set name My Metadata Set and a description. Make sure the set type is asset. From the list of groups available, select My First Metadata Group. Click the left arrow and add. You now have your first metadata set. This set can be assigned to any asset you like. Back in the Director interface, click on an asset. In the Metadata widget, select the Info tab. Under Metadata Set, select My Metadata Set and click Update. The set has been applied to this asset. Now let's manage metadata tags. Click on the Manage Tags tab. If you currently have metadata tags added, you will see them listed in this view. As an administrator, you can delete any listed metadata tag. Just select a tag and click the Delete Tag button. To add a tag, click Add Tag, and on the right-hand side of the interface, add a tag name and description. Click Add, and you now have a new tag ready to apply to an asset. It is best not to allow users to add tags. This can be set in the User Group Permission setting. Administrators should be the one to add to the tag list, which will limit unwanted tag names. Last option in the admin tools is Analytics. This is where you can collect information about your EMAM system, including date range and feature overview analysis. Click the Site Analysis tab and select a date range. Next, click on one of the features in the list and in the type of chart you want to see the information displayed in. A number detail will be displayed next to each feature and in the upper right-hand corner of the Site Analytics screen. For more information on EMAM and our other products and services, please visit our website at www.impressmam.com.